Majority of SHIB holders don't understand supply and demand. For starters, reducing the supply of SHIB will not guarantee a price increase. The only thing it does is increase its volatility, which can be a double-edged sword. By now, you're probably mad, but like Snowden said, if you're mad at this video, you probably need to reduce your position size. He also had a follow-up tweet to this, which read, "If you're still mad, I can't see your dislikes, but subscribe to Redemption Trade. So if you ever write, you can be reminded to come back for your victory lap. Like that'll ever happen." The thing that kind of started this was I asked a very simple question. How do you know that burning the token actually raises its value? The responses I got was pretty universal, and that was always supply and demand. When I asked for elaboration, all I kept getting was a hypnotic cultist chant of supply and demand, but I really don't think they understand what they're chanting. There are currently 549 trillion Shiba Inu coins in circulation right now. You can burn 500 trillion tomorrow, but the problem still remains. When you lower the amount of coins, you also increase the volatility of it. To illustrate my point, look at this. This shows there's about 200,000 shares needed to be bought in order to move the price up to $38. Now, when we burn the supply, it'll look something like this. And don't get me wrong, anybody that's holding Shiba Inu coin wants this to happen. And granted, that's not an exact calculation. It could be higher or lower. But the principle still remains the same. If it could happen for this side, it could also happen for the other side. If you guys remember, a couple months ago, there was a guy who had about $8,000 in Shiba Inu, which then later blossomed to a multi-billion-dollar account. There was a lot of questions asking if this guy even knew that he was sitting on billions worth of Shiba Inu. And, well, I guess this kind of answered it. The problem with the burn is that now that this guy is holding an absorbent amount of the supply, he could theoretically tank the entire market at any time of his choosing because he just decides to exit. This is just my little nitpick with the supply and demand cultists because they don't understand that this person lacks exit liquidity. They are essentially the supply side threat because they can flood the market at any time. To make matters worse, if they just decide to hold, their percentage ownership gets bigger and bigger and bigger every time coins are burnt, making it that much harder for them to exit if they want to exit. But yeah, I just wanted to remind people to both like and subscribe to this video and share it with someone that you think might get scared from this. But I wanted to say burning is not a guarantee it'll raise the value of SHIB. You need people to buy and keep buying. This gets a little easier with less supply because there's less in the way for the price to move up, but at the same time, the opposite is also true. And whether it be the multi-billion-dollar wallet or, just a collective group of hodlers deciding to rush out the door all at the same time, all I'm saying is just be cautious. If you're up a life-changing amount of money, no one ever said you had to get rid of everything. You can take a little off the table. But you know what they did say? Just because you're a day trader doesn't mean you have to trade every single day.